what you said, and that's without me. That's you learning, you developing your own awareness, sense of defensive driving. Um, Next, what's one thing you wish you knew before driving a Tesla?
It's so hard to say because I did so many months and months and months of research. Probably that is tricky to say. I would say maybe the amount of range lost in the winter. I
Okay,
didn't really know too much about it because so many people had different testimonies on their range loss in the winter, because some people may have a newer model with a better heat pump,
got you.
so they get more range, or they live in Alaska where it's a lot colder than it is here. I was reading that one right there as a truck. This one still thinks it's a sedan. This feature right here is completely pointless unless you have autopilot,
I see.
and it's basically the vision of what autopilot has. So for me, it just takes up space, but it's not that big of a deal because when I'm backing in, it'll show me like spaces and stuff.
I really like the turns you're taking. You're taking this on some really nice turns, really smooth. It's just so quiet. Would you be interested in a Tesla specific driving guide? Do you think this would help newer generation drivers like you?
I think so because it's just slightly different to the point where you would need to know before you drive the car how it's going to operate. So a little guide just beforehand, just telling you how some things may work, would be very beneficial, I think.
I like the route you're taking. When you're out driving, I can tell you like driving. You're very smooth, you're very calm. Do you do a lot of curvy roads? Do you do major roads? Um, are you driving to really highlight this car's overall smooth? Is it an overall great driver? Is it better on curves? Is it better straight driving? Better expressway? Where do you think these strengths of this car is?
I think I like the curves a lot because the steering is
Okay.
so good, and the way I have my steering set, it makes taking curves like perfect for me. Whereas if you were to buy a gas car, it might be stock, you might not like the way your car steers, so taking a curve might not be as smooth as it would be with this car. And I also think just in the straight, since it's so heavy, it stays so straight and you don't have to really correct it too much.
Yeah, I notice you're not turning the wheel a lot, and it's pretty much stays centered in the lane. And one of my subscriber says, "How much is insurance, and do you have full coverage?"
Full coverage, $85 a month.
Hey, my boy got $85 a month. Love it. Love it. Absolutely love it. $85
Insurance got me right for sure.
a month. Um, you bought it from a private seller. Were you surprised about the cost, the insurance, the registration tax? Can you talk about that a little bit, if you remember?
I knew all that going in because when you have the insurance, you can just give them the quote.
Okay.
Say, this is the car I'm looking at buying. This is the VIN number.
Okay.
How much would a quote like this be
Nice.
with a driver like this? And then they quoted me, and I was like, the insurance isn't going to be $400 a month, so I can afford this now.
Okay.
And then the registration cost, there's a charge every year, and I believe it's $140.
Speak, brother, speak. Talk about those costs.
And that is the EV.
Yeah. Oh, got to hit you with the EV.
Because when you pump gas, they charge you a tax.
Exactly.
And that's for like the roads and stuff. So they.
Do you feel that's fair?
I think it's fair.
All right.
I think that's justifiable. $140 isn't that much, but I did hear they had talks about making it $800 a year.
No.
Which I don't think it's gonna pass because
Right.
that's just crazy.
I love this person